Hello everyone, this is a wee video that I've made because I know that some of you like to watch the video rather than read the long letters that I'm sending out. The long letters have subdivisions in it, and so do these wee videos, so if you want to fast forward then feel free to. Thought I'd make this one when I was out for a wee walk with my dogs. It's I should be on a boat on the way to sunny Tiree just now, but the weather's foul, I see. Anyway, I'll be in Tiree tomorrow for the rest of the week, so hopefully I'll see some of you there. So I did say last week in my last letter that there would be guidance coming out from the Scottish Government on Tuesday. It came out, it gave us some extra details but not that many changes. In the last few days we've been able to use the guidance that came out to fine tune some of the arrangements we've got for our youngsters coming back on Monday the 22nd of February, tomorrow. So who can come back? Well, as I noted before, because there's no any changes, it's all children below school age, so those who attend our nurseries. We can also ensure a full-time return to school for the pupils in the primaries, 1 to 3. That causes us a wee issue because we've got a 1 to 4 class, but there's more detail with that in the letter, how we're going to cope with that. And then there's a part-time return for all the senior phase pupils to allow the ones who have some practical activities still to complete to come into school. So that's not if you have a practical class you come to school, it's if we phone you and tell you you've got a practical piece of work to complete and we'd like you to come in, then you come in. However, the key thing to remember is that we'll contact you when we need your youngster in, and pupils should only attend school when you've been advised that you should come in. The pupils who do come in to the practical subjects, they're able to travel in the bus in the morning, and if they're finished their lessons in the morning they can go home on the transport at lunchtime, or we can keep them in the school and give them a laptop and they can do their online learning from a classroom if they can't get home, or if they can't get home in time to do their afternoon session. Anybody entitled to free school meals, they will receive a packed lunch in the class if they request it in the morning. The school hostel will also be open, and they'll be able to accommodate pupils for the sole purpose of accessing the practical tasks that we've set them, and if you're in any doubt of that you should contact Fran Bichard, although Fran will have already been in touch with you to arrange you coming in. The times of these practical sessions are as follows. It's S4 pupils, morning session starts at 9, continues to 12:55. The S5 and S6 pupils, they're on a different timetable and their sessions are 9 till 11:50. The afternoon sessions run from 1:10 to 3:40. So you can see that we're sticking to the normal timetable, and that allows youngsters who need to come into the school to also be able to still do their online lessons when required. The small number of hub pupils, they'll continue to be taught online in the school as normal. And if you are one of these small number of people who have secured a hub place, then there's no change for you at all. Other than if you have a practical lesson in school, you'll make your way to that lesson with the support of the staff in the school. Now, lots of you are anxious about the changes to the SQA requirements, and this is still work in progress, and we still continue to receive updated guidance. In fact, the most updated guidance only came out late on Friday afternoon, so we've got some work to do on that this week as well. The basics of what you have to remember with regard to SQA qualifications and certification is that the SQA have made it clear to the schools that the time between now and the Easter holidays, that time should be focused on delivering high quality learning, teaching the course content rather than conducting large number of assessments. And if we do that, that will allow the pupils to gain the skills and the knowledge required to achieve their full potential when the assessments are undertaken after the Easter holidays. There are some subjects which require essential practical activities which will be able to assess the progress of the pupils, and that will be done before Easter, but that's few in number, and again that individual requirement will be discussed with pupils. The main message for all our pupils is that they should continue to engage in their learning in all of their subjects, be that online or in the school for the practical activities. Attendance and engagement is vital. is the SQA requires the pupils to demonstrate their attainment in assessment this year. We're very proud of what our pupils are achieving just now, the resilience that they're showing, the determination to do well by most of them, turning up to their online classes and soon to turn up to their practical classes. If they keep doing that, they're going to pass their assessments and they'll get that certification. If they don't go online, they won't. It's as simple as that. So please encourage them to go online, and if they need any help at all, then we'll support them. Now, I'm sure that health and safety is at the forefront of many people's minds as we begin to bring back more children into the building, and of course with more children back in the building is more adults. So we've made some changes to how the senior pupils will navigate the school building and how they'll learn in their practical classes in an effort to complete the practical activities. This allows us to maintain the protective bubbles which are so important in keeping our students safe so far. Now don't worry, there'll be plenty of people there to help them navigate this new change. Pupils, as always, will have to sanitise their hands on arrival as per the existing procedures, and the pupil should indicate to the designated member of staff that will be at the door if they wish to participate in the lateral flow testing. I've already attached a letter and additional information regarding the lateral flow testing, and that's really long, really detailed, fully question and answer, so I'm not going to cover it here. You will have to go onto the website and look at the head teacher's letters for that one. Right, so the next session is on P7 transition. Normally at this time of year we would have already had our P7 pupils coming along to high school to begin to familiarise themselves with the environment, the school building, the different subjects, and they would meet many of the new staff that they're likely to be taught with, or meet in extracurricular activities or whatever. We also arrange an extended transition programme through our support department for anyone who is a wee bit more concerned, a wee bit more vulnerable, a wee bit more anxious about coming to school, that big change. So Mrs. Bain will ensure that she contacts anybody that's been recommended to us by the primary schools, or if there is someone that you're really concerned about, then please let us know. You can use the contact us section of the website. They are guidance teachers and family liaison officers and myself, and we usually visit the P7 classes. This year we can't obviously do that, so I'm going to set up a online Google Meet session so that I can meet with all the P7 pupils. This is a pupil and staff only thing. We're doing something different for the parents, a bit like our gateway evenings that we normally hold. The gateway evenings will be published after the Easter holidays. If you've got any questions at all about the primary secondary transition, I'd be grateful that when you do use the contact us page that you mention in it that it's addressed to Mrs. Lauren Morrison, because she's the deputy head teacher that is supporting this whole process. And again, if you've got any issues that you need with regard to extra support, please address the question to Mrs. Bain through the contact us section of the website. Right, to conclude, as I always do, it's on the issue of support and what we can do to help you. I'm aware that this continuing online provision for the children and the extended lockdown for many parents will remain at times a concern and definitely a stress within many households. As I've frequently repeated, if you have any IT difficulty, you have some financial hardship, or there's a need for us to support pastoral or academic care of your children, then please contact us and we'll support you in whatever way we can. As well as that open invitation, please also bear in mind my guidance around online learning. As long as our children are engaging each day, they are not falling behind in their classwork. Indeed, the lack of normal in-school distractions that we often have, moving about the building, period by period changes 7 or 8 times a day, stuff going on in the classrooms, the extra stuff that we can put on, we're now just focusing on what the youngsters need to do to progress through the curriculum. And many of the pupils are progressing through that curriculum at a very good pace. This allows us more flexibility across the day to a certain degree. Therefore, make sure you advise your children to take time away from their screens at every opportunity, and ideally, if you can, spend some time together, going for a walk, chatting, reading, do whatever it is that helps you as a family relieve any stresses that's going on in the house. Spending family time or spending time with family and friends in a way in which is allowed can only help with when it's necessary to get back behind the screens and crack on with some work and the school work for the kids. So please remember, contact your child's guidance teacher or use the contact us link, and when using the links please remember to include your child's full name and their class and the year they're in the content of your email, and that will help the office staff make sure that your message, your support need gets to the right person as quickly as possible. I hope you have a lovely week ahead. The sun's back out as I mentioned, and hopefully it will stay out and we'll have a great week. Alright, thanks very much, see you all later.